You have published your APIs on Apigee Edge. These APIs are protected by OAuth. Your customer requests an access token from OAuth services and uses this access token to invoke an API. In this use case, you want your customer to be authenticated against your identity provider when he's requesting his access token. And you also want to make sure that if the user is already authenticated with your identity provider, that he experiences a single sign-on flow wherein he need not be prompted with a login screen to enter his user ID password again. We will implement this use case using standards-based OpenID Connect flow. At a very high level, this is how the flow looks like. A customer requests a token from Apigee Edge. Apigee Edge redirects the customer to PingFederate using the OpenID Connect flow. PingFederate authenticates the user. Upon successful authentication, sends an authorization code back to Apigee Edge. Apigee Edge leverages that authorization code and makes a back-channel call to PingFederate. PingFederate validates the authorization code. Upon successful validation, returns an access token and ID token pair as defined by OpenID Connect flow standards. Typically, the ID token has most of the attributes that describes the user. If we need any additional attributes that are not present as part of the ID token, we can always make a call on the userinfo.openid endpoint to get additional information of that particular user and embed that information into the access token. Let's see this demo in action. I have a token endpoint on Apigee which I'm invoking. Upon invocation of the endpoint, you notice that the call got redirected to PingFederate. PingFederate recognized me as Joe because of the PingFederate PF session cookie present in my browser. This is part of the single sign-on flow with PingFederate. PingFederate prompted with a typical OpenID Connect based consent screen, informing the user that Apigee Edge is requesting user information as part of the authentication process. This consent screen can totally be bypassed with a flag in PingFederate's configuration, thereby providing a smooth single sign-on experience for the user. For this demo, I have selected to show the consent screen. The customer clicks allow, the call goes back to Apigee. Apigee does the back channel OpenID Connect flow and issues an access token to Joe. Using this access token, Joe can now invoke APIs on Apigee. Now let's take a look at the API proxies created on Apigee Edge to implement this flow.